I never thought we would see the day, but it finally happened. Call of Duty has officially acknowledged a playlist where skill-based matchmaking has been severely reduced. Straight from Call of Duty, live later today, Open Mosh Pit features classic matchmaking where skill is minimally considered. Even later today, it's been like 12 hours since the original post. I'm still sat here just processing it like, I can't believe it actually happened. It's been 6 years. Black Ops 7 is going to be the 7th Call of Duty with this iteration of skill-based matchmaking going all the way back to Modern Warfare 2019. And this is the Call of Duty where they decide, and just to be open and be like, hey guys, you know what? We're actually going to give you a playlist with minimal skill-based matchmaking. Go crazy. Throughout the course of this video, there's going to be a whole lot of things that I want to talk about. Obviously, we could put our tinfoil hats on and really discuss, like, what does this mean? What's actually going to happen? But it's very important to mention that as of right now, I'm just talking about this and taking it at a face value of what I've experienced so far today, what this means for the sake of the beta, because currently at the time of recording this video, it's still the early access beta, but by the point in time this video goes live, it's going to be the open beta, so if you haven't got the chance to play the game or check out the open mosh pit that has the reduced skill-based matchmaking, now you'll be able to actually get to try it. I wanted to mention that earlier today I posted a tweet talking about how I think this is the first time that Call of Duty, let alone a developer studio, has actually openly acknowledged and talked about skill-based matchmaking in this way. Now, truthfully, I really should have worded the tweet better because, yes, I'm obviously aware of the skill-based matchmaking white papers and what Sledgehammer did throughout the course of the Modern Warfare 3 lifecycle where they were testing and talking about skill-based matchmaking. The problem is, though, the way that they went about the Modern Warfare 3 skill-based matchmaking test and when they were doing those tests was that it was only for 50% of North American players for a 2-week time basis, and they didn't even tell us the test was going on, which I can understand is a very natural way to get feedback because, yeah, if you go ahead and tell people, hey, there's no skill-based matchmaking, naturally the sweats or whatever you want to say are going to jump into that playlist and it's going to skew the data. But again, we're going to talk more about that here in a little bit. But the crux of the issue is with the Modern Warfare 3 test, we weren't aware of that until like weeks, months after the fact that they had ran that test. What I mean by this is the first time that Call of Duty and a studio are acknowledging it is like as it's happening, like right now, hey, there's no skill-based matchmaking in this playlist. Go check it out. Just because the experience of the past couple of years, it's still wild to even process that this is actually happening. Like, wow, we're actually going back to real classic matchmaking. Crazy. Currently in the Black Ops 7 beta, we have our two playlists. We have the Mosh Pit, as you know it, skill-based matchmaking, typical Mosh Pit for a beta. But then we also have the Open Mosh Pit here, where it's just right here in your face, classic matchmaking where skill is minimally considered. Now, it's very important to remember this because I've seen a lot of people today talking about how they just, oh, it doesn't feel like it's off or anything like that. It's still super sweaty. You have to remember that just because skill is a minimal thing, that doesn't mean that there's not going to be sweaty lobbies. You're not going to get a donut lobby instantly. You get the donut lobbies in skill-based matchmaking where you either 2-box, reverse boost, do all that stuff to intentionally put yourself in those lobbies. Yes, there are still going to be sweaty players. Yes, there's still a chance that you can get into sweaty lobbies, but ping is actually king this time around. I'm going to go ahead and show it to you guys here in a second, but it's more focused on actually putting you into a game like instantly. You can still get sweaty lobbies, sweaty players, but what's important is the variety in matchmaking, because throughout my experience of playing today, it's been crazy different. The overall vibe and just tone shift of the matches that I've played in today while playing solo with like 2 or 3 friends or even with a full stick stack on my Twitch, the lobbies are so varied and it actually feels like a real Call of Duty experience again. Now again, I know I've already said it, but like a part of me is still having a really hard time believing that it's actually a thing just because it's been so many years of just constant skill-based matchmaking just in our face. I really don't know if it's placebo or what the deal is, or again, just because it's still the early access beta, but it's important to note and really hope that it's still going to be here throughout the course of the beta and even going into the launch of this game. Now here, searching for a match, less than 17 ping, trying to join a game, just bam, instantly in a lobby just like that. It's the first time since 2019 where I'm not instantly getting the, hey, yeah, searching for a match, 90, 100 MS ping. Now, I did also want to go ahead and bring this up. There was a post from the Ghost of Hope, and he says, I have heard that the open matchmaking, aka no skill-based matchmaking, is staying for the launch of Black Ops 7. Unclear if default or playlist, but that's the word on the street currently. No updates on non-disbanding lobbies yet. Now, I had mentioned it in some previous videos that was a rumor going on, that Treyarch were actually fighting and trying to get non-disbanding lobbies for Black Ops 7, which I really would like to see for this game because that's still a thing currently right now with the open matchmaking or the open mosh pit playlist. You guys are going to see it here at the end of the game, but even once the game ends, it's like instantly throwing me right back into another match. So it's almost kind of like, yeah, why not just try the whole disbanding lobbies? Like, why not not just try the full thing right away, but it's still better than nothing. I also will go ahead and mention this, that I know the best way that they can really test this is just by having it be the default, giving us two options where it's like you have a playlist with and without skill-based matchmaking. To an extent, that could kind of still skew the data. Naturally, for a lot of us who are very invested in the Call of Duty community and just very invested COD players who are well aware of skill-based matchmaking, obviously all of us naturally are going to pick the no skill-based matchmaking modes, but I feel like the best way to really gauge player retention, data, feedback from the casuals, like the super casuals, would be to just have it as the default across everything. Test it for a while on the full launch of the game, and then see what the stats are saying. The entire test itself just still needs to be applied to the entire game, and not just with one specific playlist during a beta. I really do hope that what Hope is saying is actually true, that this kind of thing is going to carry over to the full launch of the game, but I just know that if they don't apply this kind of no skill-based matchmaking or reduced skill-based matchmaking logic to the entire just matchmaking system of the game, it's going to be some skewed results. But regardless though, I really am just hoping for the best and just hope that it stays for the full game. I hope it's not just an LTM for a beta. Alright, the game descended. Look how fast I get into this next game. Returning to lobby in 3, 2, 1. Alright, here we go. So, black screen, searching for the next match. It's already queuing us up. We're going to go ahead and back out of that menu. Trying to join game, just like that, right into another new game, right away. I know they said there's no disbanding lobbies, but I'm pretty sure I just got back into the exact same lobby I was just in. I think Lucky was in the game. Got into a game with Boxing Degree 88. Moldy keyboard. I feel like I've also talked about that a lot when it comes to like skill-based matchmaking. If you've played first-person shooters for a long time, I know it sounds super dorky, but the whole intimidating gamer tag kind of thing. It's like when you get into a lobby and you see people with certain names, you're like, yeah, nah, this guy's gonna be sweating his heart out. The moment you start getting into games with dudes that are named Moldy Keyboard, Boxing Degree 88, they got the XX, the little dashes in their name, you know it's probably going to be a chiller experience for a lobby.
Enemy control station overloaded.
Oh, there we go. Okay. Oh, I was going to say no way. Wait, hold on. They're lining up for a collat. Line up, line up, line up. What? Come on, bro. Don't lie to me like that. I know I hit that collat. Don't lie. Have I told you guys that I absolutely love this kill streak? If you guys have been around on the channel for a little while, I've talked about that endlessly. Like, oh, I don't even think it's worth using lethal kill streaks anymore because of skill-based. And I still believe to an extent it's really not worth it, because why are you taking the free kills, free score? There's just no point. No point if it's only going to hurt you in the long run. But in this case, I don't even care. I'm going to be using the Gravemaker all year long.
Zones. They have the overload device.
Target deceased.
Counter UAV ready for tasking.
Enemies are carrying.
What I've also noticed about this overload mode is that it is pretty similar to Ransack in the sense that spawns actually tend to stick on one side of the map. You're always going to spawn near your objectives, which that I feel for Call of Duty is actually kind of nice, kind of that old school feel once again where spawns are actually kind of sticky. But anyways though, besides all that, there is still one giant elephant in the room to talk about when it comes to this whole skill-based matchmaking debacle, and that is the influence of it. The giant elephant in the room being that, yeah, I think we know the reason why Call of Duty is now like really starting to acknowledge it. We just got to be open and honest about it. Battlefield 6. I really do believe that this is the Battlefield 6 influence. All throughout the course of the Battlefield 6 beta, like it's why you heard myself or maybe other content creators, people just talking about it in general, how competition is a very good thing. If both games are succeeding and doing well, oh dude. When both games are succeeding and doing well, it's only going to benefit the consumer. It's only going to benefit us. Whether you're a fan of Battlefield, Call of Duty, a fan of both for that matter, because wow, that's also crazy. You could be a fan of both games and want both games to do well. When things are going great for both, like we all win in that regard. Again though, I talked about it so much throughout the course of the beta, and I'm just really happy to see that it's finally happening. Regardless of whatever the reason truly is, I'm just happy to see that it's been finally acknowledged. Like, yes, here's a playlist without skill-based matchmaking. And again, I find it extremely important that we need to have this going forward, not only for the rest of the beta, but for the launch of the game too. Launch of the game, and on top of that, just have it be the default matchmaking just to really give it a go. Also, I don't know if I already mentioned this, but they did put through a patch again earlier today with this, where they also fixed a lot of the doors. I know, very quick random side note, but on the Forge here, for example, these doors here stay open much longer and by default, if I'm not mistaken. I was just mentioning it here in my last video too. This door here is now open by default. It stays open by default. Again, a lot of the doors as well just are on different timings now. They stay open for much longer. They have a much longer activation range where players are interacting with it. They open sooner, they're farther that you're away from it, they stay open longer. Again, you can shoot the doors to open them. It's crazy. Everything that we've got going on throughout the course of the beta, there's been so much feedback. Like, all the problems that I've had with this beta have already been addressed by Treyarch. I know it's just the beta, and obviously we'll see how things go going into the full launch of the game, but just the readiness, they're on top of it, the communication, it's great. Now, to kind of get back to what I was saying about the whole, like, skill-based matchmaking and competition, a very popular thing that I've seen a lot of people talk about today is, wow, they really waited until now to finally do it. Where was this all these years ago? And I, again, feel like it really is the Battlefield 6 effect. Like, yeah, hello, he's jumping on top of me. We really wouldn't be in this kind of situation if it wasn't for Battlefield 6. I can't stress it enough, man. I really do hope that it goes over well. This whole skill-based test, not just for the sake of the beta, but going into the launch of it, I hope what, again, Hope said comes true. It's still just like, wow, we're finally at this point in time again. Like, it's just, it's crazy. This has been an ongoing thing for years, and now it's finally happening. Like, oh my goodness.
Hostiles have the hard point.
Oh, I missed the quad headshot feed. God.
Got the hard point.
I got peeled by that thing. Dude, the MXR is crazy. That Rampart, the Scar in this game, my god, it is lethal. I know I said it earlier, but man, I can't believe it. I can't believe that it's actually a thing. Again, really hoping that everything just goes well with the beta tests or just whatever tests they want to have. Whatever the result is, that just brings us closer to having that classic matchmaking back without this just overabundance of just skill-based. Like, man, 6 years, 7 Call of Duty video games, and now it's finally the time. I'm sorry, at this point, my brain is so fried. I've been playing this game again for another like 12 hours today, just non-stop yapping. I'm sorry for repeating myself, but it's crazy. Go ahead and let me know down in the comment section below, what do you guys think about this news so far? If you're somebody that's been playing the BO7 beta and has already experienced the open mosh pit, let me know what your experience has been, or again, just let me know what your thoughts are. By the point in time that this video goes up, once again, it will be the open beta, so go ahead, jump into the game, try it out, let me know what you guys think about it, and just, again, man, I really hope this stays. Call of Duty without skill-based matchmaking again. I feel like I could cry. Could seriously cry. Tears of joy.